Right, thank you and welcome to this session. Malaysia and Singapore will always be close and permanent neighbors. That is a geographical fact. And it is essential that we always have a constructive and cooperative bilateral relationship. Both of us, my brother Saifuddin from Malaysia and we had a very positive, very constructive, and very necessary meeting today. And I'm glad to be able to report that we've arrived at some agreements, and we've also, just as importantly, reaffirmed our commitment to strengthening the vital relationship between Malaysia and Singapore, and also to improve bilateral ties on the basis of equality and mutual respect. We agreed in particular on the need for keeping the situation calm on the ground in order to allow discussions to proceed in a conducive atmosphere. The first agreement we arrived at was to agree to the simultaneous and immediate suspension of Malaysia's permanent restricted area over Pasir Gudang and Singapore's implementation of the instrument landing system procedures for Seletar Airport. This simultaneous and immediate suspension will be for a period of 1 month in the first instance. And we also agreed that our colleagues, the transport ministers from both sides, will meet soon to conduct discussions on these issues in order to ensure the safety and efficiency of civil aviation in our part of the world. I'm now going to ask Minister Saifuddin to continue. Not only have we got a single joint statement, we even have single shared talking points. So he's going to continue with the rest of the talking points.
Well, Assalamualaikum and Salam Sejahtera. I must start by thanking my brother, Dr. Vivian, for hosting me. We had a very good meeting this morning. Our officials too, they had their meetings, and it was very cordial, very friendly. What Dr. Vivian didn't tell you is that we also had a very good lunch. Minus durian lah.
Next meeting.
Next meeting will be on durian. Okay. Yeah, that was the first thing that we agreed. But I would also like to underline the same sentiment as was alluded to by Dr. Vivian, that Singapore and Malaysia are neighbors. We are the closest neighbors. We have long history of good relations, and there is only one way to go forward, that is to become stronger and in our ties and improve in our relations. The second issue that we agreed upon was on maritime issues. On maritime issues surrounding the Johor Bahru port limits and Singapore port limits, we agreed to establish a working group of senior officials led by, in the case of Singapore, by the Permanent Secretary of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Chi Wee Keong, and in our case, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Dato Sri Muhammad Sharul Ikram Yaakob. This working group is to discuss the legal and operational issues to de-escalate the situation on the ground and provide a basis for further negotiations. We have instructed the Permanent Secretary and the Secretary General to report back to both of us within 2 months. So, as Dr. Vivian have said earlier, we are all very pleased with our discussion today. The measures that we have agreed upon are positive, and they are constructive steps towards calming the situation on the ground. And we believe this will provide a conducive environment for both countries to find mutually agreeable solutions to our bilateral issues.
Thank
So, very good outing for both of us.
Yes, indeed.
Indeed.
We look forward
Thank
to
you.
more.
Yep. All right. Thank you. Right. Okay.